3,
Swear, it's
2,
Big Brother, innit?
I will try my best.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We are back.
Uh-huh.
Better than ever.
Back better than ever. We got our guest here today. So this is our first ever industry professional.
Yeah, like no mute, like no
Is
producer.
it?
Yeah, like you were the first,
so you're
like
the
back in the
first.
scene, behind the scenes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
Yeah, it's a big milestone.
We got first of many. Honey.
Hello.
Did no one catch how first of many, honey? Wow. Hello.
Oh,
Yeah, this is why you're not a rapper.
Hey, don't
Stick to the
let
mixes.
me get my bars out on you, bro. I used to write bars, bro.
Hey,
I used to write songs. Don't get it twisted, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. The
Have
pen
you ever
game was
written a
crazy.
song?
me.
Yeah.
I used to be in a band.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
you told me.
Yeah, I used to
When
be.
you were like 12 or something.
When I was 14, I was in a
14.
band called Anonymous, like MISS at the end.
Anonymous.
I was played drums.
What?
Yeah, I used to play like guitar, bass, drums, piano, but not well at all.
Was it a rock band or just?
We were just like messing around. I was the youngest. They were all like 18, 20, and I was 14.
Just on the drum.
Just learning.
It's like just there, and they let you be the drummer.
Yeah.
You had the most energy, huh?
Yeah, it was. No, it was.
No folks was
We
tired.
weren't around. I don't know, probably a year and a half, 2 years. Like that was it.
Yeah,
But it was good fun.
That's a short shelf. That's a short band shelf life. But hey.
Yeah, I think it was just because they were at the age where you like move on to like uni, and they all went to like music colleges and stuff like that, and I was still like, I've not even done an exam yet, so like.
She's like, hey man, I can't replace y'all in the band. It's all good. We forget this. Hey, we had a good run though.
Literally, yeah.
Precious.
Emotional times.
Wow, that is interesting. I would have never known that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
I started playing instruments when I was like 5, so I guess it's kind of
So
always been around.
You was kind of like just made for this music pathway then.
I don't know. I guess it just, it's been sort of like a domino effect. I guess I never knew I was going to do management, but since I've started doing it, it's just felt like so right.
Yeah.
Because I've always had such a passion for business as well. So.
I ain't gonna lie. How you look at management, I like it. Like you are one of the most interesting. Okay, let me phrase that better. Interesting to me.
Okay.
And the reason why you're interesting to me is because how you break things down.
Okay.
That's very like people who are really, for me anyway, like a sign of greatness is, can you break this apart, put it together, and then replicate it.
Yeah.
Where was that pitch you were talking about TikTok and a couple of artists and how much time they had to do the same thing over and over again, and how you had to research all them? I was like, oh, she's gonna be a great manager. I'm like, she is phenomenal already. Like, I
hit her up after, and I was like, "Yo, that thing is on my TikTok. Give me the sauce."
Yo, if you wasn't at that, I'm telling you, Honey dropped game, and I was like, because for me, like stuff like that with ADHD, like you kind of see the patterns, but for someone to be like, oh, this is a pattern, break it down, I was like,
yeah.
Oh, yo, I'm like, I don't think people understand how much game she's giving them right now for free. Like, she's spitting. I was like, nah.
And it's
I think, it's like I was mentored by these really two great, like business people, and they like taught me how to like break things down, I guess, and like, explain them really well. Not to try and big myself up or anything, but when I was releasing Fire Up with Leif, like I really wanted to try and like execute it, and I'd seen it done like quite a few times, and I was like, okay, let's just actually like try it, and then to see it actually work, I was like, oh my god,
whoa.
Yeah. And then I actually like built a framework like after that, which is still under lock and key, but
it's just a rinse and repeat replicate.
Yeah, so it's cool to be able to like actually, I don't know, when you see like a formula for something to then like put your own spin on it, it's quite cool to actually see it like all play out. So
definitely, that's what I was gonna say. Like even at pitch, like that panel, I feel like, props to the other ladies that were there with you, but your outlook and perspective was totally different to them three. I feel like they were kind of like traditional, and they knew what they had to do, and they're very good at what they do.
Yeah, totally.
But just your perspective, you know, most could say maybe because you're much younger than them, but just like Harlequin is saying, it's just the way you actually approached certain things. It was just kind of alien to a lot of people. A lot of people just go, oh. I was thinking about it after, like I said, like I hit you up, and I was like, I never actually thought about, you know, the way you said, like, TikTok is just like maths. It's
the algorithm.
It's just a science to it, you know.
Yeah.
Everything.
And it took someone else to explain that to me for the like
for it to clicking
ahead. And it wasn't even in a music context. It was in a marketing context for business. And I was like, well, it's just the same thing. Like, to me, I look at releasing like a single the same as putting out a product. You just have to think of it that way. Like,
fuck, I love Honey already, bro. I love Honey. We gonna have to talk. Hey. Talk about it. Spit your game. Hey, she's spitting right now.
I feel like this is the first time, because normally we have artists here.
Yeah.
And me and the artists are normally like, marketing, TikTok.
Get out of here.
Bad. This is the first time I've had someone that's like,
guys, please. Like, so now, like, you guys are on a wavelength. I'm just like, I ain't gonna say
it's
nothing.
so good to like. I loved like being on that panel situation. Basically, for context, the panel was talking about how to use social media essentially for releasing something along those lines. I don't know. That's what I was talking about, and I just wanted to break it down. And I think a lot of people are scared of social media. They don't want to engage with it.
Yeah.
And it is a lot of hard work. And if you're not like that way inclined and you're more like artistic, it's hard to like find the way to like connect the dots and like break through those barriers to actually make it happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not a magician. I can't I can't figure it out for everyone, but you can figure out some way on your own eventually. If you know the science behind it, I guess.
Or even if you just watch it. But I mean, I understand. I knew TikTok was the algorithm because I have a friend that work at TikTok. And I was like, oh, and I was like, yo, I need to. And she's like, oh, it's an algorithm. You just have to feed the algorithm. She said, if you do this, I'm like, I'm like, okay, cool. Same with Spotify. Ask someone who works at Spotify, because I'm like, for me, it's like everyone who's on the outside think they understand how the thing is.
Yeah.
But if you know people on the inside, just ask them, what is this thing?
Yeah.
And they will literally, because if they're working in it, like, and they're writing the code for it, they'll tell you, oh, it is this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this, how do I best serve this thing? Oh, this is the way I best serve the thing. Let me do it. And a lot of people, they don't do that, and they think, magically it's gonna. It's like, who's I having a conversation? I think I was having a conversation with someone in the last week. I was like, it's an algorithm. If you serve it, it's gonna serve you back. Like, that's it. It's built to do a certain thing. Feed it that way, and it just gives you what you need. Yeah,
it's like there's certain things that you have to do to make to grab people's attention, and those change. So like at the minute, like the way that people are captioning videos, like you literally have to break it down to like lighting, captioning, filters. What are the like captions that people are actually putting when they upload? Like, it's right down to those tiny things. If you're hashtagging it FYP, you might as well just like kiss that video goodbye, because it's never going to see the light of day.
Oh hell no, because you're not feeding like you have to, and that's, I think
But because unless it is directly like related to For You page, then it's not gonna get shown. So I don't know, for example, I did a video
notepad.
Hey yo,
do you know
hey, this is the
game.
So I got a new phone this week, and I was like, I've had like a terrible phone for like honestly 3 years, and I've not been able to like properly upload my own videos for ages. And I was like, oh, do you know what?
Let me try that.
Let me just do that again, and see if I still got it. And then 60,000 views first video, and I was like, oh, she still got it.
Game recognized game.
What did you do? Like,
it was just an annoying video, but I did the 2 hashtag things that directly related to my video. So then it's going to show up on people's For You pages that are looking into that. I think it was
Right.
not that it matters. It was about Botox, but like
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
But
Yeah.
it's
I can get
relevant.
free game right now.
Yeah.
if you,
No, because it's
we can talk like properly one time, because over
Yeah.
message it's not the same. Yeah.
no, definitely, but it's all about relevance, and I think as well, what I've started to notice is like you actually need to be a consumer of the product that you're like. For example, I don't watch TikToks, so me trying to make TikToks is kind of like,
It don't make no sense to you.
yeah, man, it's like that like grown uncle trying to do rap that he doesn't understand. He's like, yo guys,
Come
even
and
if you're
listen
good
to my
people be
rap.
like, yeah, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But then you see like there's some older people as well like that totally nail it.
Yeah, they
That
get
just
it. It's like,
yeah. So
they-
I'm not even talking about age. I'm just talking about like.
yeah, you just like
Have
you're
you
not
ever
on
seen
it, so
the-
it seems
yeah.
so distant from you. Yeah, I get it.
I think like a lot of the time, artists think you need to revolutionize TikTok and make the newest thing, and your video needs to like be the first thing that's ever been done type of thing. Whereas a lot of the time it's just like a really good thing that I saw was a guy who made a very short video. He was in like his PJs or whatever, but he was talking about like the video that you saw someone else make, you can still make because no one else saw you make that video.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
kind of clicked to me. I was like, oh yeah, like I don't need to make a complete new video.
Yeah.
But even if you make a video, cool, people are gonna appreciate you making that video. But when I make a video,
People are
gonna
gonna
appreciate
appreciate
the
yeah.
fact I made that video as well. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's a good example. Literally just this past week, there was a girl. She's from like Texas or something, and she did this like country music song, and it was only 30 seconds of the song, like literally verse chorus, and it just blew up everywhere, and everyone's doing covers of it. And since then, she's had like 3 record deals like come to her. She's never even recorded the song,
Jeez.
and now she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna put the song out in like the next 2 days. Like I've been in the studio, I'm gonna get it out. And she just like has obviously worked on that momentum and just like use it to her advantage,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah.
And it's, social media is not the only way to be successful in music.
How
But
would you break that down? Like what was it about the video?
the way that she,
Oh.
do you want?
Is it like a technical? Is it technical? Like
No, first of all, it's
I love this. I love stuff like you. I love stuff like this.
So she's sitting, it's a portrait video. It literally shows from her like waist to her head. It's framed immaculately, so she's like perfectly in frame. It's perfectly lit, you can see everything. She's got a guitar in shot, and she just sings. Like the audio is like so crisp, and you can hear every single word that she's saying.
Right.
And then the actual like lyrics of the song are great. Like
Right.
it's just very catchy, and also her voice like is so like it makes you stop scrolling because you're like, oh, I've not heard something like this in a while.
Right. I'll try and find
so
the
yeah.
video and like
Put it
place
in.
in the clip.
So,
yeah.
gotta be good at what you do.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, like
she was everything else was auxiliary, but the fact that her voice caught everyone,
yeah.
that's the key thing. So y'all gonna replicate this. Make sure you can.
You got the
You
lyrics to
have
back
something.
it up.
No, you have something to grab the attention of somebody. Cause I think that's the most. That's I think what a lot of people miss out on.
Yeah.
So here's something that I want to throw into the mix as well, because you've spoke about it yourself. So obviously, if you don't know who Honey is, she is, well, you tell it.
You tell the people about
you who are you? Who are you?
Talk your truth.
Oh yeah, I never did like an introduction. So I'm Honey. I am the director of High Five Management, and which is a music management company, and I manage 2 pop artists. I manage Leif Caulfield from Glasgow, and I manage Mia Me from London, which is a new addition to the team, but
Hey.
it's going fabulously.
Team growing.
Yeah,
She's got
absolutely.
Big things in her.
So-
Big things in her.
So off the back of that, like going back to pitch as well, you mentioned something that really kind of resonated with me, where essentially there's always this fine balance between social media and music, right? Because you experience with Leif where like Leif's super funny, like he's just
Oh, yeah,
naturally,
Leif, yeah, y'all gotta watch
naturally
Leif's
funny.
episode. Leif is hilarious.
Yeah, he's just Joker, you know.
Don't give him too much credit. Come on.
Nah,
Nah. Leif, nah.
His ego will be out to hear that.
I'm gonna give Leif all his flowers, bro. Leif is.
but this is the thing with Leif, like he's good at both. Like he's really good at music and really good at social media. But when he came into, when I first found out about Leif, it was like funny videos, and I was like, this guy's hilarious. I followed him. That's how we started chopping it up. But what's your experience of like fans coming in through that and then being like, I'm not interested in the music and not really converting?
Well, that was a long process, and it was a hard one, and it was a hard decision to make, because we had this fan base of, I think it was about 40,000 people on TikTok, and Leif was getting consistent views of his comedy content, which was good and great, but it was kind of like, you know, he's a serious musician and he wants to be a musician. He doesn't want to be a TikTok comedian or
TikTok musician,
which is like, no disrespect to the
no shade
to the TikTok comedians of the world.
Y'all do your thing. Y'all do your thing.
But he, you know, wanted to be taken seriously as like a producer, songwriter, artist. So we kind of just had we got, how do we incorporate the music into the videos, like with still making it funny? I was like, you don't need to just go hard sell on the music. No one likes that. People like you, people like your personality. So it wasn't even like okay, we're gonna do this. It was literally like, we watched other people, we watched what they were doing, and then we tried out some different things. And even some with like, so he did interviews, or like like street interviews with people who have millions of followers in Edinburgh, and
I saw those.
Yeah, but they didn't pop off like the way that like other ones did. So it just took like a lot of trial and error, being like, that worked, that didn't work. Let's just keep posting them, like see what ones work. And he got a lot better at editing them. And honestly, like I was living 3 hours away that past year, and like every single weekend I would come back, and we would go out on the street like 2 days at a time, like Friday, Saturday, and just like record these videos. And probably like 60% of them have never seen the light of day, which makes me so sad, because some of them are hilarious, and then Leif would just be like, no, I don't want to. There was like the one with Bash, we almost didn't post, and it ended up getting millions of views and blowing up the song. But I was like, no, we need to post it. So
why would you not post that one?
He just didn't think, because obviously that, like, there's the long uncut version,
right.
So I was like, no, you just need to edit it this way,
right.
And ended up working, I guess. And yeah, it was just kind of like from then, and to keep promoting, like we promoted for so long. I think we promoted from August to February. That was like the whole release time of one single and the headline show. And then when people actually like came, that sounds silly, but like when people actually came to the headline show, and we were like, we don't know any of these people here. It was like 150 people. That was crazy, and people singing back the songs and stuff. So it did work, and I hope it continues to work. So yeah,
it was a good strategy though as well, because obviously we bumped into the street, and it's like it was like a great mix of selling the music but also entertainment, because basically there were
that was for only Fascination.
You can explain the strategy around it.
Yeah, so this one didn't actually go as well as Fire It Up, but it was still like funny to do, and we still did get some traction on them. But Only Fascination, because the letters of Only Fascination are OF, we started saying, we'd go up to people and go, or Leif would go up to people and go, what would you do if you found out your boyfriend or girlfriend had OF on their phone? Just for a little bit of a giggle, and catch them off guard and be like, that's the name of my new song. No, I would never. Game over. When we got you with that.
And it was good though, because it didn't tell me like what they were gonna do. So obviously I'm thinking they're asking me, what would I do if my partner had OF? And I'm like, nah, that's fine.
It's over.
Then he was like, no, my new single, Only Fascination. I'm like, right. You know what I mean? So that was cool, and it was like a mix of of bringing his humor and entertainment plus also selling his music.
Yeah.
Someone told me something as well. I was talking to Alex Romance, and he told me, like, you literally need to earn the right to sell to someone, to sell your music. So almost entertain them enough that you can actually start being like, hey,
this is
what I want you to actually,
It's kind of like, I mean, as a manager, like I do get quite a few emails of people like asking to be managed, and it's like, if like,
hey, you didn't have to air me out like that.
No, no. When I time out. No,
come on, man. This is live. Air me out. She was gonna talk that talk as well.
That wasn't what I was gonna say.
Hey. I'm joking.
Yo, this has to get. No, this. Please, hey, if any edit reaches, please, this one has to.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I'm only messing.
I was gonna say people who are in like indie and rock bands like hit me up all the time, and I'm like, that's not the genre that I work in. I can't help you.
Yeah. Now that makes sense because I was joking.
It wasn't that
joking,
funny.
Bro.
Come on.
No,
I was actually
see
joking.
how my brain works? My brain is silly. So like, I heard it the first time, and then now I'm playing it back in my head with both of y'all reaction. So my first reaction was me laughing like that is hilarious. Then the second reaction I'm laughing at is like his face.
Well, like, oh damn. Nah.
And then he's just playing
mad.
No, it makes sense though. Like, what are the kind of hidden struggles of being a manager? Because
hidden.
She's like hidden. You see it in my face.
Yeah.
Hidden is crazy.
Yeah.
I was talking about Botox earlier.
Yeah.
Hidden is
No,
crazy.
I'm joking.
I mean, from the outside looking in, because like as industry people, we understand. As an artist, I understand that we can be a handful, right? But from maybe someone's watching you and being like, oh, I would love to be a manager, So what kind of maybe pros and cons, let's say, and tips on how to
Don't do it. No,
overcome.
I'm joking.
Avoid it.
Just stop while you're ahead.
Don't start.
No. It's like a journey. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, the way that I got into it was I was like volunteering at my friend's management company, like just seeing how they did things.
Right.
And I would help do like hair and makeup. I would help with content plans, like just helping wherever I could and just seeing how things worked out.
Right.
And then lockdown hit, and I was like, let's just like, Leif came to me in 2021, I think it was, and asked me to manage him because he'd been dropped by previous management. And I was like, do you know what? Why not? Like, I helped him with social media and stuff, like, for when he first started releasing. And I was like, do you know what? Why don't I just full on manage him, see how it goes? And now it's like 3 years later. But I would say pros and cons are, you have to be very self-motivated. It's very expensive, as just music in general is expensive. Being a creative is expensive. It's the same struggles because, like, I need to network further afield in order to make progress. I've kind of found, like, you start off networking locally, and then you expand. But traveling further afield and a lot is expensive. Going to festivals, that's all expensive, and then you have to educate yourself. Like, I did music management courses. I invested in myself. Social media courses. There's a lot of like money that I took a year and a half to just basically spend money on myself and my knowledge, and like meeting other people, being like, tell me everything you know.
It's impressive as well because she's like young. Like, she's like mad young. She's like a pop. So yeah,
I'm not easily impressed,
kudos.
but no, genuinely, because like I think a lot of this is just my own thoughts on a lot of, well, especially from what I see a lot with upcoming artists. like they don't, especially when they want a manager, they don't invest in themselves to get a manager. They think, oh, the manager's gonna come and solve everything.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I've had conversations with people, because I used to manage and I said I'm not gonna do that. Like, for someone to get me to manage them, you have to be so. You have to work way harder than me, and the last person I managed was the only person that did it. But for me, it's like they expect the manager to just solve everything. Like, it's gonna be figured out, and it's like I need to see you. I need to see how hard you're willing to work.
I mean, for me, the artist has to, in order to have management, you don't just want to be like you started like making music yesterday. Like you've got to actually have some sort of like foundation. And I will only manage an artist if I can add value to them, and same that they like. I don't know, add value to me is the right word, but like it's a reciprocated investment. We are both investing a lot of time and a lot of money in this relationship, so we have to be like 100% on it. So I think that's why you don't just want to like manage a random person. Like you want it to be someone that you know well, that you know like you can work together, you can go through like good and bad times. Like there's a lot of emotions involved in music, like going and doing like festivals, you're like on such a high, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then to like the months of like through December where like the whole music industry seems to shut down.
What the hell, bro? Like
Mariah Carey defrosts and everyone else goes back inside.
Mariah Carey and Wham and everyone else goes home. What's the other one? Slade. Yeah.
What one's that?
Oh, I wish it could be Christmas. Like
banger.
They come out.
Crazy.
Everyone else.
Yeah, everyone inside.
Now, I think that's a good point though. Like
till February, no music matters.
No. Yeah. I know my distributor like sent me an email being like, "This is like our festive times. The office shuts down for a while." I'm like, "Yeah, sound."
Jeez. Now that's a good point that you made about like relationship, because two good points. One, for artists, like you don't need a manager. You don't like
until you get to a certain point.
Until you get to a certain point, obviously you don't need a manager. You do need a manager at a certain point, but if you're getting one show every 6 months and you're not making
reevaluate.
It's like you're
not making even £50 a year for music.
You need to know what your goals are as well. Like, is it to like release a project? Do you need someone to like help you execute the project? Like, do you need help getting contacts? Because like Phoebe made a good point on that panel at Pitch about like you can just like make a manager's email like
100%
for your artist to make it look more professional, which is fair enough.
I was my own agent for like years. And
it's management,
you know.
Management at whatever.
I'll just use my real name, but they refer to me as Pac, innit? By the time you found out I've got the show, it doesn't matter.
I know, like a lot of like more like really successful artists, a lot of their managers are like people who are really close to them, like their best friends that they've gone to school with, or like even their partner. I think Lady Gaga's manager's her husband.
J. Cole's manager is his boy from Jump.
Oh really?
It's
I've met the team.
Is Adele's husband? No, her boyfriend is Rich Paul. He's like an agent for like
he's the
NBA.
Agent. That's LeBron's. That's LeBron's guy.
Yeah.
Like LeBron is the best. Like, it's the best execution of a whole team gonna eat together. Like Maverick, Rich, everyone around LeBron, they've been friends since LeBron's 18, bro. And he's like, alright, cool. Look, I got this much. Let me put in to make sure the whole. I thought Barry was looking at me more.
He's like making faces.
LeBron got the whole team together, and by him like make sure that everyone eats together. Like like they don't have to look for him for handouts. It's like, alright, cool. I'm gonna give you this. Invest, do it. Like Rich Paul now, he's like his sporting agency is one of like the best sporting. Clutch Sports is like crazy. So.
That's kind of what a manager kind of does, you know, like brings that energy together.
The team sort of vibe. It's interesting now, like having two artists on my roster, because they're both like very different. Like both came about like so differently. Me and Leif were like friends before, but we weren't like best friends like we are now. And then that that relationship just grew into like manager, artist, best friend. Whereas Mia's come along after she saw my interview, and then we met and we just like got on so well, which is like, that's such a like major thing for me. Like we have to just be on like the exact same page, and I feel like I'm quite good at that, like judge of
energy and
the character, because that week after my music managers forum interview came out, I had like 3 girls maybe like ask me to manage them. I had like meetings with them all, and I was like, do you know what, I think maybe now is the time to like take someone else on. And then Mia came out of nowhere and she like performed at Wireless, like she had 2 record deals, and like I was like, and we just got like, we got on so well.
You know what? Let me see if I can put my foot over here. Let's see what.
And her voice, guys, her voice is insane. It's like insane.
But see this though. See this is the energy that you need from a manager.
Oh yeah, no, 100. But they gotta be your biggest fan.
And you can't fake that, because like sometimes you get managers who are just doing their job, but you need someone who's actually passionate about the music as well.
Yeah.
Because you can walk around town and shout her name and shout Lace's name and be like, yo, these artists are amazing. And that passion is what people feel, you know what I mean? It's not you just being like, oh yeah, they're cool, check them out.
Yeah.
You got to believe in the product.
You got to believe in,
absolutely.
Like
in the person, not even the product. Like,
but the
music
whole thing,
aside,
it's the
you
whole
need
thing.
to believe in the person and want them to actually grow, because the product could start
No,
off.
but when I'm saying product, I'm talking like the whole everything together. Like,
I'm just kind of differentiating, because sometimes like for people watching who might have a friend who does music and they don't believe in the product, which is their music, but they believe in the person, you need to understand that you can grow that, you know. So if you do want to be your friend's manager and you truly believe in them, go for it. But just understand that, like you're saying, it's a learning curve of energy and stuff.
And like, I guess being the manager, part of it is like connecting the dots for them, like leveling up, you know, artwork. Like, are they working with great producers? Are they not? Like, I just, you don't want them to be getting ripped off because they live in London. Like, you want to like just connect them with people who are making good music so they can put out great music as well. Like, it's very, Why are you
laughing? You say you don't want them to get ripped off because they live in London. I was like, I'm from London, by the way, so London has
but sometimes, see, because London is different because there's so many record labels and things like that, and
so much of everything. It's just
so like people are used to getting paid because of the record labels, and then
you'd be surprised, depending, because interestingly enough, in London people are so used to trying to figure out studio time and collaborate with everyone, that's only after they get to a certain point where the payment is expected. It's kind of weird.
Like,
it's a weird space, but hey, London's got a soft space in my heart, man. Like,
no, I love London, don't get me wrong. Like, I have met some of the most amazing women in music in London, and they have really like put me on. Like, I will be forever grateful. Like, people just want to help you there
in
like,
London. I was forged there. That's why I'm like this up here. Like, I'll put everyone.
People don't want to help. As I don't want to.
I'll help.
Be disrespectful, but people in London really want to help. Like, especially like.
Don't care, bro. I'm helping you if you.
This supportive like women that are like insane. They will like do whatever just to help you, and it's not a big deal.
Because you think I know what it in London. I think anyway, from me, my perspective of it, it's like we don't lose anything by helping someone. And to be honest, like everyone who's in where they've got to, they got help from someone. So like I have a mentor, and her name is Jacqueline Pelham, right? JPL. She is one of the like dopest person ever. Like anytime I speak about her, people are like, oh, you know, I'm like, hey, that's the big homie right there, man. She's like, and she's so awesome, and her whole ethos is like paying it forward. So like, as long as you reach out and ask her for help, she'll help you. Like she doesn't care about getting anything on the back end. Like a lot of the stuff I've gotten through PRS, and even the people I know through PRS, is because I know her. Like certain places and rooms I've gone in, like just because of the weight of her alone.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo. So like, even when I'm in, like, even
it's
when
such a like domino effect. Like, I was at a music conference and I was watching this panel. It was a PPL panel. And then the woman that was interviewing Miss Banks, I was like, she was great. I loved her. Like, her energy was so amazing. And then I went to the Unknown Tea gig after, and she was there again. And I went up to her and was just like, oh, I just like really enjoyed your panel. Like, I just think your energy is like amazing. And then she just reciprocated that energy right back. And she's like, I don't know. She's like, she works for PPL, and yeah, she just completely reciprocated like this energy back to me. It was like, look, I help like young like industry like people, women, if you want help, like here's my card, like just, and then it happened, and it's like been amazing, like
just reach out, like that's it.
Like, yeah, it's been so great.
Like, what was I was like Resonate, when was it? Yesterday was Thursday, right?
Yesterday was
Thursday. And an artist was speaking to me, and they're like, if I've done all that you have done, no, I did it on purpose, don't worry. I felt like I was too high up, I felt like I wanted to.
Oh, he's like the king on his throne.
Hey man, I'm in the hot seat. I was like Resonate, and an artist was like, if they had like if they've done what I've done, they're like, I would be bragging to the world, and that you don't brag. I'm like, honestly, I don't feel the need to brag. Like, it's just, for me, like I don't see the point in saying, oh, I've done this, I've done it. Bro, like, come see me where I have to shine, and then you can dictate. From you seeing me, you can value, okay, this person is really as good as they say they are they not as good as they say they are. Because like, it's like, you will see it straight away. But I was like, I don't feel a need to, because it's like, especially coming from London, like, everyone's done something. Yeah, everyone's done something with somebody, who's somebody.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, oh man, yeah, I've done this. I ain't done nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had my homie mix Red 32. He mixed Red 32's album Growing Over Life. He's part of the whole mixing team of that. My boy just done piano for Tyler's album. Everybody knows somebody who's somebody in London. So for me, it's like, I don't feel the need to brag. And then even coming up here, I'm like, I never felt that need to brag. For me, it's like, I just want to help people. Like, that's just how we are. Yeah. Like,
I think though, because we're further away from London, it's expensive to get to London. Not everyone can afford that. Not anyone's people here haven't grown up seeing that type of thing and those type of opportunities. So to be presented with something like that, it shows you that it is possible. So I think there's like a fine balance of, making people aware that you can do whatever you set your mind to, and you can be around those people. You're allowed to be in those rooms. Like, there's so many people who have done cool things that you can be around. Because I think some people, they don't, like, people need to have confidence in themselves that they can be in those rooms, and that's something that I really like would love to champion more, is that like, you can go and have a coffee with whoever you want. Like, if they're willing to. Obviously, you can't force someone to have a coffee with you.
No one's gonna say no to coffee. It's free drink. Like, hey, lo, you got 5 minutes in your lunch break. Let me just, I want to buy you a coffee. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I've had some weird situations happen. They weren't females, but no, just I mean, like people are just more like, some people are a bit more reluctant to help, and then they create like a really awkward situation. Like, oh, I'm DJing, but like, I'll speak to you in between. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like,
hell no.
But there's like loads of things like that happen. You just have to keep on moving forward in the direction. Eventually, you end up at your destination.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Nah, that's
a cutthroat like industry. Like, at the same time, like we're saying, like, there's loads of people that want to help. There's loads of people who don't. There's loads of people who just want to brag and talk blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, they're usually not the people who are at the top.
They're that's true.
They're usually the people like who have to almost big themselves up, you know, and just create a bigger image. Like, I'm sure you guys have met someone who's bigged themselves up, but then you later learn that they're not really.
Yeah.
They're not really that guy or that girl.
That guy.
And you, in hindsight, you kind of feel bad for them. You're like, oh, they were just doing that because they're not that guy.
Like they
they feel like they need to.
Yeah.
But now you're in the same room as them. And you're like, bro,
like
you need to find the people that are doing the doing,
not
talking.
They do the things like.
Exactly. The people who ain't talking, that's sitting in the back, that's like the owner of Universal. So, you know what I mean? He's not gonna go around and go, hey, I'm the owner of Universal. No, he's gonna sit in the back, observe whatever. If you come to him and he feels it's right, or her, and they feel it's right for them to disclose that to you, then they will. But yeah, but I feel like what you were saying is very true, because like you're coming from perspective of being from London, where everyone's someone kind of thing, you know what I mean? When it's up here, it's like you kind of do need to champion yourself and kind of puff your chest out a bit more.
Why?
To the extent where people can actually, you know, I don't know, maybe take you a bit more serious or differentiate.
No, but there's such a culture in Scotland of like, oh, that's embarrassing, that's a redneck, like why would you do that? Like, I remember my English teacher, when I was in 4th year and I was going up to volunteer at a creative industries festival. This is when I was like just like getting into like the whole music thing. This was like a crazy opportunity to just go and like.
How old is 4th year? How old is 4th year? Is that like 6 or 7?
16.
15, 16.
It's high school.
So it'd be like
6 or 7. Me like.
It'd be like
no.
year 3 or something.
No. It'd be like you're
9th grade, 10th grade.
Oh, what? We're talking grades? What's the English system?
Grade 1.
Because
grade
they
2,
finish
grade 3, grade
primary
4,
school in what
grade
we call
6.
I thought you call it year 13. Is that not? That's like, what's that?
We go up to 12th grade.
And then what happens after that?
We go to college at 16. And then
so we finish primary school.
College, and we go uni at 18, 19.
Okay, so we finish primary school at primary 7, right? But primary 7 to them, that's
first year.
Okay, that's first year.
So, okay, so I was I was younger than that. Then I was in 3rd or 4th year. I was like 15. That's all that matters.
Okay, cool. Like 10th grade, 10th grade.
Yeah.
Year 10.
And like I just remember my teacher being like, you've got exams coming up, like your prelims this year, like I can't believe like you're going, like him properly just like talking down on like the opportunity. And it's like now that I'm an adult, I'm like, that was so stupid. Like why were you like trying to discourage a 15-year-old for going out and like getting work experience? So yeah, shout out Mr. Bain.
Whoa, Mr. Bing. Hey, look, my favorite friend is Chandler Bing. So the fact that his last name is Bing, what's his first name?
I do know his first name. I'm not gonna say
that. Of course you know.
What school you go to then?
No, my school was like in the countryside, like it was in the middle of nowhere.
No one's gonna know Mr. Bing.
No,
everyone knows.
Bro,
everyone knows.
People in the area know.
Yeah.
There's only one Mr. Big.
Everybody knows.
If you know honey like that, you know
Mr. Big.
But it's always that one teacher.
Oh man, there was about 7 of them.
And the thing is, you always know their first and last name.
Oh yeah.
Anytime they're like, "Who are you talking to, bro?" Hey, what? I'm Mr. Shut up, Robert.
Robert. No, but what I'm saying is, I feel like in Scotland there's quite like that redneck culture that isn't just like, it's not just young people that perpetuate that. It goes all the way into like people who are older. I don't know why. I just feel like it's so, I don't know if it's insecurity, but I just feel like a lot of people are lacking confidence to know that they can pursue their dreams. And I
projection. Like if you think about it, like this adult is seeing you follow your dreams and be passionate about something which maybe they've not done, and they're just like, that's not the real world, you know. You need to get a job, you need to do this, you know.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know, it's
so you can understand sometimes, and that's what I'm saying. That's why like I don't like holding grudges or even, you know, look down on people who haven't helped me, because I'm like, maybe at the time when I needed that help, you want the person to
help
provide
you,
that,
yeah.
you know. Maybe I thought you were, but
Yeah.
you didn't give me that help because you knew you couldn't, you know. And now I'm looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, there wasn't anything you could do for me.
Yeah.
You know, I needed to do that myself.
Yeah. That's actually an important point. Like, I think there's so many, like, in music, there's lots of conferences, there's lots of performing opportunities.
Yeah.
You got to think about your release plans, you got to think about where you put your money. Is it in PR? Is it in the artwork? Is it in the production? Like, there's only so much money that can go around. Where do you spend it as like a new artist? And it just feels like so much pressure. And I think I've completely lost my train of thought.
There's just so many voices.
Yeah, no. No, yeah, there's
Just take a sec. Just
there's so much.
figure out.
Water?
No,
Nah, she'll figure out.
what were we saying before that? What were you saying?
I was talking about how sometimes you think people can help you,
But
but
they
you
can't
need to
help you.
kind of get it yourself. And
Yes, that's what I was going to say. So many different things, so many different opportunities, and I think it's important to realize, because there's so much rejection that happens, that one single thing isn't going to be the thing that breaks you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just one silver bullet necessarily, it's a myriad of things coming together. Very like prestigious manager once told me that, you know, 20 years ago it used to be like fitting 4 puzzle pieces together and then you'd make it. Whereas nowadays it's like, if you fit together, there's 80 puzzle pieces, and if you can fit 20 of them together, then you are the equivalent of Fontaine's DC.
Right.
So fitting 80 together, you're Justin Bieber, Adele.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
AC/DC.
So there's so many different, it's like a spectrum, like
Right.
there's so many different parts. You can go international, you can still make money being like a national artist as well. Like there's
And
it's
kind of
not
going
just-
back to what we were talking about as well, like the introduction of things like TikTok has just like made that even messier and more confusing, because you could literally sit in your room, you started making music last Tuesday, right? You've got a raw talent, you make a video, and now you have 1 million views. Now you have record labels hollering you. Now you have this, and from just like that, it's like you're in it, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think that was as accessible, you know, 40 years ago. Like
No.
40 years ago,
Was TikTok
It was people sending CDs
No.
to the record labels.
Yeah,
Like, do you know?
I ain't gonna lie, I miss those days, bro. I miss those days.
How old are you?
127. Nah,
No,
as in, I miss.
all right, Gramps. All right.
Hey man,
I
I miss.
I miss
those
when a pint
days.
of milk was 20p.
Yeah, you messed up. Nah, as in the sense that
One cigarette for £5.22.
in the sense of
This
Alright,
goddamn inflation, man.
now I forgot what in the
Mine was in a Cold War. Listening to the
Cold War is crazy.
Listen to the what do you call it?
I miss the nostalgia of it, like because to get a CD done, you actually had to like invest time into studio, invest time and all of that into like working on your craft, because burning a CD is not like it's long. So like you had to put the
You
time.
want it to be
Final.
more difficult?
No. As in to do that, to make the effort of going in, to put the effort into burning the CD. I'm talking from like a engineer production end. To put the effort of burning into and making a CD, like you had to put time into your artistry. Because you know, man, this thing that I'm creating at
It's
the
gonna
end,
cost.
you know what I'm saying? You had to put time in your artistry. Now it's like, oh man, let me just get Logic, make some. Put
Yeah,
it
but
on.
you know what's mad? Like, so see how we have distributors
Yeah.
that put your music on all the streaming platforms. Before, distributors used to be like buildings that would house your CDs. How crazy is that? So you're literally paying for like space in this room for your CDs, and then if you didn't sell out, then they just keep charging you for like all the space that you're taking up. Like
Yeah.
mad time.
But at the same time,
that's the end. I miss the nostalgia. It's like I miss when people actually cared more about their artistry.
yeah. At the
you
same time,
think people
'cause
don't care?
I think people don't care.
What do you mean?
not
Like,
everyone.
I
Because if you think of
genuinely
that,
don't think people don't care.
of what you just said, right? If I'm an artist and I do that and I don't sell my 20 CDs.
I'm finding a way to sell. I'm finding a way to empty that whole joint out.
I'll either know I need to work harder to sell it out, or I'll know that was trash.
Yeah, like
don't give
it's
that.
Not even.
Don't put that out again. So my next project, I'm like, okay, this needs to be better. This needs to be a lot more, focused in some way. Whereas now it's like, if you put it out and it gets, 2 views, it doesn't matter. You're gonna think, let me put out the same thing. Or if you put it out and you have, what I see a lot of the time is like people just have like a large group of friends or family who are gonna stream your things to 1,000. Doesn't mean it's good,
Yeah, but I think in the grand scheme of things, getting like 1,000 views or a couple thousand views, like, it doesn't really affect anyone. Like, you're not gonna make money from that.
Hey man, that 0.00037.
Yeah, that 0.006 pence really gonna do wonders for you.
Hey,
No.
that compounds over a couple years. Woo! You
Get that in the S&P 500 right now.
No, but what? I think
I'm
what
gonna
we're
explain
trying
what I mean. You finish.
What I mean is like, it's not an issue. It's not a problem. You should do it. Like, don't stop making music just because you're not getting views or whatever. But I think what I was getting from what you were saying is like, the ease has. I'll say it bluntly, right? And I've said this before. I feel like, in every scene there are a number of artists who aren't that great, but are being pushed as if they are, and that just comes from the fact that they're active, not the fact that they're actually putting something into it. And the ease that we have to make music is what makes people be like, well, who cares? I'll just post this track because it's gonna get me a show, or I'll just post this track because it's gonna get me on a playlist, as opposed to being like,
I mean, it's people have different objectives with music though. Like, not everyone's trying to be, a poet with their music. Some people are wow, that album is great.
We get
but
I haven't listened to Kendrick's album, so let's not talk about Kendrick. Okay, we are not going to talk about Kendrick's album.
Leave.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Who's?
Oh yeah.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah, leave.
No.
Bye.
No.
Why are you still talking?
But then,
just kick him out.
Both of y'all look at me with such disdain. No, there's a reason why. There's a reason why.
Yeah,
but there is a reason why. Every time a new album drops of an artist I really mess with,
you don't want other people to play for you.
I don't because the first thing.
So that's why you've waited so long to hear it, so you can hear everyone's opinion.
Yeah, because the first few weeks, everyone's like, "Oh my god, this." All I've heard so far is "Mustard." I'm like, "Oh, bro."
No.
Yeah, you want
to. I know, but I know it's Kendrick. Like, cause what I did wrong, like when he put out Mr. Morale and Big Steppers, I listened to it on the same day with my friends. We all sat and had a Kendrick listen.
Okay. No, I feel like you need to do stuff like that in solitude for sure.
And I was like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, I can't do this with the next album. Every time when J. Cole drops, I wait. Every artist I jam with, like, I wait.
His album's so good as well.
See, I haven't listened to that yet. I'm with him and Kendrick are gonna
delete later. You've not listened to that?
Hey. Oh yeah, that's the last one he did.
Yeah,
with the
that came out this year.
Yeah, no, last year.
No.
Yeah, earlier this year.
Earlier this year, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Kendrick's thing, I'm like, I'm most probably listening.
It's a prized possession. I get it. I get it.
I'm most probably listening to Kendrick before the new year.
Okay, what were we talking about? So I was saying people have different objectives with music. Same as like when people release like fast fashion and high end fashion, they both have different objectives. One's very much consumerism, overconsumption. One is like quality pieces that you invest in. So I think it's the same in music. Like there's a lot of like club tunes that you'll hear that like bang for like a month and then it's gone. But that doesn't mean that the track was bad or isn't deserving of its credit. Like people were dancing to it. It was a bit of fun. Like same with comedy, like or TV shows. It was like, yeah, that was fun. Like that was, and then you look back and you're like, that was actually so stupid. Like what was that? Do you know?
I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I agree.
Gangnam
with
Style. Nothing has banged like Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
I can't even lie, yo. You right, bro. I remember that was Oh, that's spun the block so many times.
But it's not on your playlist though.
Oh, no way in hell.
No,
but
never. I've never listened to that
the
song.
amount of time I've heard that song. Oppa, Gangnam Style.
At that time, you were like,
It's like a
this is
snapshot of that
amazing.
year. Yeah.
At that time, I was like, why am I? You couldn't escape it.
Do you know what's funny? So, like, Bruno Mars has just done a cover of this Brazilian song.
Right.
And it's like, it's on, okay, I keep going back to TikTok, but it's
Is
on
that
TikTok right now. No, it's a different one.
No,
He's
okay.
And it is so good. And I sent it to my mum. I was like, nothing has sounded like as good as this since Gangnam Style.
That's crazy.
Comparing Bruno Mars,
Gangnam
Gangnam Style.
I think you mean in the
That's a sin.
catchiness and how much it's just slaps.
Oh, it's,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't know what that was the only comparison I could draw, and I will show you it
because I've never heard this song.
Yeah, it's got like 8 million likes on it. Like it's crazy. Yeah, I'll show you after the.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is, I agree with you. Like, but it took me a while to get to a point where I'm like, every music has its place.
Yeah.
Even think that I think the same for me, but every music has its place because there are times where ratchet music is what you want to hear.
Oh, that's what we're calling it.
It is what it is. There's ratchet music. There's a slow, like there's different music where I think every music literally has it. Like I've never listened to traditional Scottish music.
Oh, you're missing out. You never been to a Kaylee?
I've seen a Kaylee once. I looked at it, I was like, oh, they're just.
I'll show you the gay Gordons later.
They're basically just line dancing. Like, oh, y'all line dancing.
Yeah.
So I've seen a Kaylee once. I would never say I listen to Kaylee music.
Have you ever seen Highland dancing?
No.
Have you never?
No.
That was like a rite of passage. I feel like at primary school you would.
Thank God I didn't come to school here.
not for guys, for girls. Like everyone went to like Highland dancing, and you would like dance on the swords. Like my mum handmade my swords for me to dance.
We're gonna get into that. let my brain end. We're gonna get into that.
I'm as confused as you.
Did you not know that?
What?
I missed this as well.
Maybe that it was a proper country thing. I don't know.
Maybe it was.
Maybe.
I
wouldn't say it is though. Like I've seen it in like Highland games. Highland dancing is in all the Highland games like around Scotland.
The Highland games.
That's a Highlands.
That's the Highlands.
No, that Highland games are not in the Highlands. They're everywhere.
But where did they originate?
It's like a Scottish like tradition. So like there's Highland games in Glasgow. Like.
Then why do they call them the Highland games?
It's just what they're called. So like they do like caber toss. They do like.
I've been to one. It's quite cool.
They do like javelin throwing and like you just watch
like
people like throw stuff.
Burly Scottish men.
Yeah.
Like
chucking stuff
just
in the air.
picking up
around.
a tree. Like
Picking up like a big massive like basically
timber.
a log.
Seeing how far lumberjacks.
And then they'll like throw like a big like metal thing as far as they can.
And
then
like
there's Highland dancing.
Type of thing.
That just sounds like the Olympics.
I don't know if you can call it the Olympics, but then there's like Highland dancing, which is like
dancing on swords.
Dancing on swords or just dancing, and then they have like these really bright coloured like kilts and stuff.
Where is it you grew up? Like what
country?
Northeast of Scotland. Like so.
Like where? Where?
How much people was in your village?
Oh, 500.
Bruh, she grew up on the.
I didn't even grow up. No. I didn't even grow up in the village. This is the thing, right? So if I say to people I'm from Aberdeen,
this was a tribe.
Bro, wait, hold up. So you grew up on the outskirts of the village of 500? Nah, bro,
tribe.
you are from way back a year.
Yeah. They were sitting around the fire like chanting, bro. Like this is a tribe, bro.
From.
Don't slate media like that. Come on.
Nah,
you from way back
out there.
I'm from BC.
Yeah.
I'm older. You old.
Just the
So if I say I'm from Aberdeen, people like.
Nah, that's
people
crazy.
who are from Aberdeen City be like, you're not from Aberdeen, bro. Like,
nah.
That's far, like.
Yeah, that's how I know you were from way back.
Yeah.
If you
so
from
there was
the town and they say you ain't from there.
Nah, you ain't from there.
Yeah, it's like there was like the town where my school was, like my high school, and then there's like the village, which is 20 minutes away, and then I don't even live in the village. I live like 10 minutes in the village, in the middle of a field.
That's why your teacher was discouraging them dreams. He's like, no, stay in the village.
Music? That's
the music.
Hey,
crazy talk.
Harry,
Yeah.
the rapper.
He's
He's from the same village.
The same one.
How mad is that? We met in
Both made
Glasgow.
it out. Two made it out.
See, when I found, like, we met each other at Size at like a rap gig,
Right.
and I was like, "Where are you from?" And he was like, "Oh, like this town."
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know this town
Tiny.
outside Aberdeen. I was like, "Where?" And then he's like, "Oh, like, you know, like I was living in this place close to Ellen." And I was like, "Where?" And then he said the name of my village, and I was like, "No shot!" And then he told
What's
me the
the
house.
name of it?
New Deer.
Media.
Two of them made. Now, you know what's really bad? They both made it out and they both didn't know each other. That's crazy.
It's
I know.
crazy. Well, I
But
think
there's
he
like
lived there
10 people
longer.
in the village. How do you not know each other?
Well, I know the house. There's like one street.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's crazy though.
Yeah.
Ah, that's mad.
Yeah.
My train of thought did not end.
He,
but I
he went to
love-
a different school, so that's like,
there's-
and then ended
there's
up moving
two
there.
there's two schools
Two
in the village.
schools.
No. There's one primary school in the village. My high school was in a different town.
See, you went to another place. That's why y'all didn't
and then
know.
he went to a different.
See, they
Do you ever go back? Like,
They didn't converge.
I don't go back very much. I probably should go back more, but I mean,
You made it out.
I don't really have like,
get out.
yeah.
So no one really will know Mr. No, everyone will know Mr. Bing.
Yeah.
Everyone will know Mr.
Everyone.
Bain, trust me.
Bro.
Everyone would know
Listen,
because I realized she's from a village, bro. So the whole village gonna know.
But
know
he moved
everything.
away like back to St Andrews. He's from St Andrews. I shouldn't really be like doxing him
Hey,
like
yo,
this.
Bing.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I'm gonna send some people to
Nah,
say hi. Hey, I will tell him honey
this is
sent you.
crazy. No, he
Yes.
can't still be. I mean, who knows? Honestly, I didn't say anything bad. I just,
Nah, you didn't. Just said he
he
tried to
just
stop.
crushed my dreams
Exactly, he
and
tried to
really
stop you
questioned
from,
my
he
entire
stopped you
existence.
from being a
so.
great dreamer. So, hey, I'm gonna send some folks to say hi.
Stop talking.
I'm not gonna do that.
But sometimes you need that though.
No,
Like,
no.
Sometimes
Did
you need
see the
someone to
look
push your
she
dreams,
looked
though.
at me?
No,
You'd be
literally.
like,
No, literally.
the villain arc began.
See the look she gave me, and she's like, "Stop talking." Like, no.
It's like I'm telling you to stop talking on your own podcast.
She's like,
That's
no,
so
no,
crazy.
no. My train of thought still didn't end, and that's the funniest thing that this tangent happened. So, yes, every different.
We are so off the rails. It's crazy.
This is what we do. This is why it's live.
So what
Can't edit
happens?
this. You can't edit this.
Oh no.
This what
This
happens.
is why I was like scared about it being live, because I knew I'd say something
Nah,
stupid.
this is, you don't edit this.
That's what happens when you get two industry professionals. Like the artists are supposed to be the mad ones. Like you guys are.
It might-
Nah.
You guys are nuts.
I've got
bro.
to keep. You got to keep it professional for like a long
I'm
time.
trying to
It all
like.
comes out. It's
rein
like,
you
oh my
guys- yeah.
Like, you gotta rate two of us.
Yeah.
Normally just
I'm
me
only
alone here.
professional. This is my time. No, I feel it.
But yeah, no.
I hear it, man.
Every music has its place. But when I say like they don't care about their artistry, it's like for me, it's like how much people care about their craft. Like I've asked producers when they send me stuff, I'm like, yo, what's the key of the song? I don't know.
I don't know.
Bro, at the bare minimum, you should know the key of your song. Like, and same with some artists. Like, it's like, oh,
Or the
how often
BPM.
how often do you do train your vocals? Even if you're not a singer, you're a rapper. How often do you train your vocals? How often do you work on breathing technique?
yeah, yeah.
So that's what I mean when I say they don't care about the artistry as much.
But
Not
see
about
this-
the music. Like the music is like I said, I know there's music for different.
I think
vibes.
way back when, like that still would have been a thing, and they just never would have risen to the top.
No, they cared a lot. Like they would have like even though they
You probably would have got called out for it more.
yeah, and even though
But-
they was off their rockers and that Charlie, they had to they had to give a hell about it artistry because like back then money costs. There was more money, so it's like
Yeah.
labels were just giving money. People are like, cool, yo, I need to.
I think Honey's
It is
right in
right.
a sense though. Like, there's probably like, how many artists has there been in the history of music? But how
Too
many?
many.
Exactly. But how many do we know? Like,
A lot.
still a lot. But
Yeah, like
if you think about it, back then when there wasn't TikTok and Instagram and all this thing, there were still people who are probably teachers right now, or
Yeah.
just like whatever.
Yeah.
Who are what you're describing? They didn't
Yeah.
care about their artistry, but
100%.
you never know about them. But I
Yeah.
think now you'd see them on TikTok at least once and be like, oh,
Yeah.
this guy's,
Yeah,
this guy's
but
crap.
that's what I mean by that. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't.
But it's different.
But
though.
there's so much more people doing it and trying it because it's so much more visible, and they maybe don't have any role models or anyone in front of them
Yeah.
that's accessible to them to tell them these things too.
If you are on the internet, everyone's accessible to you.
That's true.
Like if you follow someone, and I tell this to people, bro, if you need my help with something and you reach out, okay, I'm not gonna say I'm the best responder of anything. The best way to get hold of me is calling, and I'm very happy to give out my number a lot because I have a personal number and a work number. I give everyone the work number so you can call me. But like, if you reach out and be like, look, man, I need help with X, Y, and Z, I'll be like, alright, cool. Let me see when I'm free. Alright, let's jump in a call, and everything you need to ask and you need to answer to, I'll give it to you. Because if you've taken the time out of your day to reach out to me, that means a lot, because like, you didn't have to reach out to me. Like all the people I've learned from, who've been the top of their fields in the game, like if I reach out, when I first tried to reach out to like Jason Joshua or something before me and him, like I reached out to him on IG, like I reposted something of him and he posted it back. I was like, oh whoa, I was like, yo, that I reached out to him. He's like, that's how the relationship built.
So this is one thing though. So off the back of that, like, while I agree with what you're saying, the fact that accessibility is available is why we're in this position where we think, oh, like music's not that great because everyone can do it. But the goal was to be more accessible. Like the goal for music was for it to be more accessible, so that a lot more people could reach out to, you know, like how many collaborations have been made over TikTok or Instagram with someone just shooting a message, hey, look, love your style, you know. But that also comes with the, you know,
what's his name, who just Kalani, the song Kalani. He
Yeah,
ended
Jordan.
up getting Kalani on the actual track.
Yeah.
Like that is
some
crazy.
some guy from Ireland.
From Ireland,
Don't say some guy, bro. It's Jordan, bro. Don't discredit Jordan like that.
No, I'm not discrediting him, but at one point he was just some guy.
At one point,
you know?
everyone was some guy.
Exactly, that's the point.
Some person.
Some person. But not every.
Keep it real here.
But not every person can just do that. Like, if it wasn't for TikTok, he might have not got that opportunity. You know?
Nah, Jordan. You did a in-depth review on Jordan.
I did.
You knew
Shout out
everyone
Jordan.
knew Jordan was gonna.
He was on he was determined. Nothing was
Everyone
stopping
knew Jordan
him.
was, like, they thought it was a song before that was gonna be like. I know. I shouldn't say. I don't care. I know this because I spoke to. So he got signed by Island, I believe. Atlantic.
That
Atlantic.
just happened though.
Yeah, Atlantic. Yeah.
No, did he not just get Island Publishing? Maybe.
No, but he got signed by Atlantic.
Oh, okay.
So the people who signed him to Atlantic, the A&Rs that signed him, I was in an A&R meeting with them and we was chatting, and they were saying, oh, that Joe, who's his manager, who I also know, that they thought his whole team thought it was a song before that was gonna blow up before Kalani. But then Kalani just but every song he did before, like he just, like we were talking about earlier, found a formula and replicated it on everything. That's why his traction just kept going. So when Kalani came out, it's like they didn't even have to worry about it. It's like, bro, we tried and tested this on like 4+ songs. It's worked. It's just like how much traction, like the amount of traction Kalani picked up kind of was like, whoa, it was like unprecedented, because it's like they knew it was gonna pick up traction. It's just the amount it picked up was like, yo.
But he made like, I think it was like 168 videos on the one track. Like,
the
that
specific
is nuts.
number is crazy. Forget Jordan. The fact that she knows the exact number.
The fact that I sat and counted them is another crazy thing.
Hey, man. Hey, obsessed and what's it, crazy? There's a thin line between crazy and what?
I don't know. I'm just
Genius.
Crazy and
Nah,
yeah. You're a genius.
Oh,
no,
thanks.
You are. No,
I think that's the first time someone's ever said that to me.
No, because so my definition of genius and is different, because I feel like everyone who works hard enough to that point of obsession is a genius.
Yeah, it's like I just have like a want to know why about things.
Yeah, that's the mark of a genius, because you have to work hard with a level of obsession that makes sense to nobody else. Like, why are you so obsessed about this? Because like, if you said this to me, if you said this to anyone else, they'd be like, why do you know there's 168 videos? While for me, I'm like, you knew there's 168 videos? Like,
yeah, that's true,
tough, bro. Like,
that's true, because a lot of people think genius is just to do with intellect and how intellectual you are. But
it's like, how hard are you?
How obsessed are you?
Yeah,
with
no,
the,
literally,
with the
someone
game.
because someone like Kanye, I would class him as a
He's
genius.
a genius, and Kanye's
He's probably not the smartest person in the world.
Slightly very controversial at the minute, but
he's so obsessed with what he does.
Craft,
Like even if you look at Kobe Bryant, bro, like I'm a huge basketball.
He was like, you practice so much that you can't fail. Like you,
Like he was a genius because, and I tell people like my goal of basketball. I don't care if anyone feels this. It's not MJ, and it's not LeBron. It's Kobe.
It's LeBron for me.
Fight me if you want. And the reason why, because Kobe came to the NBA so regular, but all of his hard work made him extraordinary. LeBron came to NBA, everyone knew, oh man, he was gonna kill it. MJ came to the league, everyone he had a 40-inch vert, bro. He was built for the league. LeBron had the body for the league. Not
necessarily,
bro.
His
sports podcast.
MJ's brother was
a better. He's a better basketball player, but MJ came to the league with a 40-inch vert. He had a skill built for basketball. LeBron came with a body built for basketball. Kobe came with 6'6", regular size. That's the average height of a shooting guard. He had no muscle. He had like a regular 28 plus, maybe max 30-inch vert. Everything about Kobe on paper was like, okay, cool. He's good enough to be in the league. All of his hard work and everything extra, that obsession is what made him a genius.
She's like, what's going on
happening here? We're talking about geniuses.
Yeah.
So for me, anyone who works hard enough and is obsessed enough is a genius. So you're a genius.
Oh, thanks.
Don't let anyone take that away from you.
Oh, that's really nice, actually. I don't think I've ever had as nice a compliment as that.
You're a genius, man.
Genius. With that being said, like, where do you see, the future of I guess yourself as a music manager, the future of music managers in general? Do you think the role's gonna change because of TikTok and stuff, or?
Yeah, it's interesting. Who was I talking to about this? Someone who was an A&R for a record label we were talking about just music management in general, and he was like, the role is like moving so much more into marketing.
Yeah.
Then I think a lot of it is like business development and marketing. Like that is my day in, day out. I would say like it's making relationships and then executing the plan. And a lot of like what an artist needs to do is promote themselves. Like you need to get the track out to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
So I would say there's that. I still, obviously, I feel like I have a lot of learning to do, and there's so many things that I want to do with my artists and see them succeed, and there's so much more potential still to come. Like I feel like I'm just getting started, and I'm just only like on the very start of like the journey, and
you are like, in the best way possible, you're a fetus right now. Like there's so much. There's so much
fetus. Oh, I was like, what did he say?
What did he say?
He said fetus. I'm like, whoa. I was like, what word is that? I'm like, what do you mean by that?
Whoa.
No.
I was like, what do you mean? I was like, did you mean the fetus or something? Like, I was like, nah.
In your
the fetus.
I'm like, what?
What
are you trying to say, bro? Like,
you are the fetus.
So,
but in your trajectory, trajectory of your artist, like you're just barely getting started, basically.
Yeah, like
in the best way possible. You know what I mean? Like there's so much more
fresh out of the box.
Like what's that thing? Like you see the
graphs.
No. Like you see the
graphs.
No, not the graphs. The
hierarchy of needs. No,
like the avalanche, but then you see like
the tip of the iceberg.
Icebergs.
Yeah.
Avalanche.
You call it iceberg.
Yeah.
Oh wait, why?
We're like both like thinking it's like a spider diagram.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you
guys are
X and Y axis, and you go.
I'm talking about nature.
That's what I was like, graph.
No,
I'm talking about nature.
Graph. We need to go outside more.
Yeah, literally. What's wrong with you? Sitting in your little
the thing that sunk the Titanic. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Alright, got you.
Yeah.
Them things.
Bro, I'm so lost.
Why have we never hung out before?
One thing, because we're gonna need to wrap it up soon.
Wow, I can't believe it was an hour already.
It's been over an hour.
An hour and a half. Wow.
Coming up to it. But
I
want to draw attention to something which I think is quite prevalent and quite important. But what is it like being a music manager in the space as a woman? Is there any like is there things that you want to speak on, or things that can improve, things that we as men can help to improve in a space dominated by men?
You know, it's interesting because I've never felt any, like, I don't think I've felt any specific
injustice
like specific obstacles because I'm a woman.
Right.
I do feel obstacles when I'm from Scotland, I would say, just because I don't know, sometimes people's perception of Scotland is not accurate, I think. But that's just because of the nature of we are further away. Like, that's it. Like, it's
I hold my hand up to that ignorance. I thought Scotland had nothing
before
I came here. So
literally, like,
I hold my hand up to that
so
ignorance.
Leif was supporting this artist that are actually, like, they're pretty big now. Actually, oh no, I was gonna say you supported them. Yeah, you did support. You did support them.
SND.
But they came and they were like, oh, I didn't realize that like Glasgow was a city. I thought it was gonna be like fields and stuff. I was like,
yep. No,
damn.
That is the ignorance.
Another thing that I did was, so my new artist Mia, she's from London, and she's like never really left London for music, so I was like,
come to Scotland.
You're coming to Scotland, and not even Glasgow. You're coming to East Kilbride to make a track.
No.
So her new
why?
because that's where the studio is. But
what studio is in East Kilbride?
Leif Studio. So
there's a studio in East Kilbride. What?
There's like loads of like recording spaces and stuff in East Kilbride. But I just find it funny that she came up from London to East Kilbride. But she's made a banger, and that's going to be her next track that's out in February. But I think like I've had like age discrimination as well because I'm young.
Pretty young, yeah.
And people thinking maybe that I'm inexperienced, or people that I've worked with in the past that have seen me really young and like maybe just still see me as being really young, whereas like I am a developing person. Because I think in Scotland you're surrounded by a lot of the same people, so like people do develop and change and grow, and like we see a lot of the same people all the time in the music industry, and like, you know, those people eventually develop and learn things. So there's that aspect to it. But yeah, I don't know. I would say like you just, with every, like something that my dad's always told me, that like with every setback, like when someone knocks you back, you're just like one more door knock away from the right answer. Like you just got to keep knocking on doors, and eventually the right one will answer. So I'm kind of at that point, and I feel like I've been very fortunate enough to like meet so many amazing people that have like inspired me. I think like going to spaces where you will get inspired is so important for me, like going and meeting new people who are better than you, like people who are more successful, like they've been doing it for a while. Like just surrounding yourself with people that inspire you and that you can learn from, like, is so important. I think I've been very fortunate enough to like be able to do that, and I hope I can continue to do that as well. So
for sure. I think my takeaway of what you just said there is like, I feel like that doesn't play in your mind, the fact that, oh, I'm a woman and things are gonna get, be harder for me. It doesn't. So that doesn't like. It doesn't even like register in your mind. So you there's probably situations where that has been kind of there, but you don't even recognize it. So you're just like, I don't care. You know? It's the same way. Like I can say, I don't feel like I've ever had like a racist experience in music. It's probably been there, but I don't care about racism. Like honestly, like it doesn't bother me in a way. Like I know it's a serious kind of
I thought you
issue.
Say don't exist. I was
like, no.
I was about to be like, oh, you need to go. You need to go, my boy.
No, but that's why I mentioned like the thing about, you know, being a woman in this space, because I've heard stories from other women where it's not as you know as easy, but you know, if you have that in your mind, like that's not going to stop me anyway, so who cares? You know? It's not that it doesn't exist, but
I think like surrounding yourself with good, strong, like well-headed, well-rounded women, like that helps so much as well. Because there was like one time that I met someone that was like the interaction was just like weird. And I remember like saying it to another manager, and they were like, do you know what, that doesn't even surprise me. And like to be able to like share that experience with like another woman, just like talk about it, it's like they were just like, it's fine. And I was like, yeah, it's fine, it doesn't bother me, I'll just move on to the next thing. So it's cool, you know. So yeah, it doesn't really faze me. But
I think for me, my last kind of question to leave on a bit of a high note. So what's coming up? What can we look forward to?
Excited!
Like you're always doing some mad thing. Like I'll just like seeing your page, like, and she's like doing some conference for like it'd be like TED Talk next or something. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Have you done TED Talk?
No, I helped train TEDx talkers 2 years ago in Aberdeen.
Train.
Yeah.
She ain't doing them. She's training them. You get what I mean, bro? She's training people that are influential.
Nah, that's mad.
You know how what kind of influence that is?
It was my two bosses that were like actually doing the training, and I was like helping.
Nah, I'm trying to be like you still. What do you mean you're training people to do the TED Talk?
Like
let me.
And then I helped a tiny wee bit with the TED Ed, which was the high school kids, that was so cool.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was really fun. But yeah, what's coming next? I am speaking at an Off the Record conference about releasing music.
Oh, that's in Edinburgh.
This one's online and it's free. That is
you
on.
You got the wrong invite.
12th of December. There is an Off the Record.
That's the decoy.
No. There is an Off the Record in Edinburgh, but just not this one. I think it's like another.
Right. Cool.
It's. Yeah, so there's that.
I got the wrong invite.
Tomorrow
you didn't get the invite.
I didn't get an invite at all.
Tomorrow we've got the Scottish Alternative Music Awards, where Leith is
nominated. Let's go.
Newcomer.
He's nominated, so we'll go have a good night, see what happens.
Yeah.
And then
to Samuels tomorrow. Oh my, we didn't talk about the Samuels at all.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We're
gonna be there tomorrow.
We're gonna be there tomorrow.
Come and experience it if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Mia's got some music coming early next year, so it's all good things. All good things. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exciting.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you for coming. You're a busy lady, so
it's been good. It's been fun.
I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
We'll see each other tomorrow. We'll be there.
You are not gonna be there. Why are you talking like you gonna be over in this spot, bro?
I thought you were going.
He's not coming.
You told me you were coming.
You said you weren't coming.
This guy's trying to be a. He's trying to be an op. He's trying to say I don't have the invite. Hey, I'm packed. I got the invite.
He hasn't got the invite.
I got the invite.
That's why I think you're shaking so much. He hasn't got the invite.
You know I got the invite.
He doesn't have the invite. Do we?
Stop that.
I might have the invite by tomorrow.
I told you I got the invite. I can give you the invite.
Hey, no, of course I got the invite. Come on, bro.
Oh, okay, of course.
Remember what we were talking about last time?
Pack in
Come
the
on,
building.
Man.
You need, you know what you need? You need one of those like the like buttons that does like the siren. They're like,
you know, you don't need to brag, but
like
sometimes, sometimes you know you gotta tell them, yo,
you gotta let folks know. You know,
I'm Honey Keenan. You know what I do?
Big dog.
I'm mixed by Harlequin. Do you know what I've done? Do you know what I do? Do you know what I'm gonna do next week?
Don't bring
this guy.
Scotland's finest.
Listen,
you know this guy, bro.
People need to stop bringing me in.
Hey, you trying to get us a sponsorship?
Highland Spring.
Sponsor us.
Repping Scotland.
Sponsor
not
us.
The
Highland
thing.
Spring. Not the sparkling one. We'll beef you.
Sparkling's busted.
We want still.
Yeah, wild.
Hey, we all got it.
Listen.
Hey guys.
I don't know if this is a product placement.
It is, but listen, it should be.
You be product placement.
Producer saying nope.
No.
Dr. Barron said nope.
Folks need to stop bringing me in this conversation about, do you know who is the... I haven't done anything. I'm just a regular folk.
Do you know who this guy is?
Can we stop this?
Do you know who these people are?
Honey is out here. I'm chilling.
Nowhere.
Leave me out of these conversations. You know how much I get swinging these conversations.
But that's the beauty, though, of what we're saying.
You're on a podcast. What are you talking about?
You're on the same podcast with me.
Yeah, I'm not talking the way you're talking.
That's true. That's true.
Nah, how am I talking? I'm not talking no anyway.
This is a need to know. If you know what we do, then you know what we do.
Look,
but
check his music out. Check her artists out. Ooh. Let me chill in peace, right?
What's the song that I really like of yours?
Everything Blase.
Everything.
Everybody loves Blase,
What
bro.
a banger! Oh
Nah,
my
I need to
god.
hear this Blase tune. Hanny came and spoke about this Blase.
This
Leaf
guy
came
never
and spoke
listens
about
to
the
any of my
Blase.
things.
Everything
don't-
blase. Ain't no
don't
plan
send me
B
that
to listen.
when you're dealing with class A.
Is it out? No, I swear that isn't that what that was?
No,
is it out?
Blocks hot.
Nah, wait.
But it's never Sane.
Bro, it's
Wait,
been
no,
out for
stop,
months.
stop.
I'm
Wow.
number one fan here. I just like
Wow.
got the
No,
lyrics.
Trust me.
listen. I
It's
got
been out. Where have you been?
I got told that there's a secret tape that I don't know about. I thought Blase was off the secret tape.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing? I've been unarchiving all my old songs, so.
Send me Blase, bro. Look at that.
But yo, that's
Yep.
been the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
Pack,
guys.
honey. Love
It's
y'all.
been
Peace.
fun.
Yes.
Just